I'm honored to accept your acceptance. It feels right now that the next thing may change me entirely.
Netflix has confirmed that Bridgerton Season 4 will not be arriving until 2026, disappointing fans eager for the next chapter of the Regency-era romance. While the delay aligns with the show's previous release pattern, the wait promises to be worthwhile. Season 4 will adapt An Offer from a Gentleman, focusing on the love story between Benedict Bridgerton and Sophie Beck. Their romance, set against the backdrop of a magical masquerade ball, introduces themes of hidden identities and unexpected connections. Notably, beloved book character Mrs. Crabtree will also make an appearance. Until then, viewers can revisit past seasons on Netflix. Dear viewers, Netflix has bad news if you thought Bridgerton Season 4 was coming soon. Dearest gentle viewers, this author has some news that is almost certainly not for the faint of heart. For those desperately awaiting a return to the ton, this author most apologetic to tell you that Bridgerton Season 4 will not be gracing screens until 2026. Netflix's beloved regal drama, which offers all the salacious pomp and romp one could hope for, was sadly omitted from a list of the streaming giant's slate of shows for 2025. Whilst disappointing, this is not as surprising as some audiences may think given that the trajectory of previous seasons has followed previous patterns. In fact, both seasons 2 and 3 had a hefty 2-year gap between them, although both ultimately delivered in content. In short, whilst uni-deal, they have always been worth the wait. Season 3 brought a long-awaited conclusion to the bubbling friends-to-lovers romance between one Colin Bridgerton, Luke Newton, and Miss Penelope Featherington, Nicola Coughlan. Bridgerton Season 4 will be based on Julia Quinn's An Offer from a Gentleman. Next on the agenda is Season 4, arguably one of the most hotly anticipated chapters of the Regency epic so far. The season is set to follow the order of author Julia Quinn's Bridgerton novel series, this time pulling its story from An Offer from a Gentleman. The story will unpack the romance between the next up-and-coming diamonds of the season, free-spirited Bridgerton brother Benedict, Luke Thompson, and fresh-on-the-scene Sophie Beck, Yaren, aka Benefi. After swearing himself to self-discovery and freedom, Benedict will have his world flipped upside down when his path crosses with one lady in silver at his mother Viscountess Violet Bridgerton's, Ruth Gemmell, magical masquerade ball. Hidden safely behind her disclosed identity, Sophie quickly and unapologetically captures Benedict's heart. Despite their differing life experience and status, unbeknownst to Benedict, the pair immediately share a connection, one that quickly becomes impossible for either one of them to forget. Avid lovers of the novel would also be pleased to learn that Mrs. Crabtree, who has a quiet but significant hand in Sophie and Benedict's romance flourish, is also set to be included in the series. Collider revealed in December 2024 that Susan Brown, Game of Thrones, had been listed under her talent management Hamilton Hoddle with credits that include the role of the beloved Mrs. Crabtree under Bridgerton. In the book, Mrs. Crabtree and her husband Mr. Crabtree work as caretakers at Benedict's country cottage, a place that ends up being a refuge for the pair. Season 4 of Bridgerton will hit Netflix in 2026. In the meantime, you can watch the previous seasons on Netflix now.